Hey everyone, I'm Allison Brown. I'm joined today by Roger Thorpe of Thorpe Benefits. How are you?
Hey, Allison, how's it going?
I'm great. So today we're getting together again to continue our series of questions to address when you're trying to build the best and most successful benefit plan. And today we're addressing question number 5, which is, what was your approach or process for building your benefit plan?
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll try to kick this off. So we think there is a approach to doing this. So if you are just about to rebuild a plan or you're building one from scratch from years of experience, we think this could make some sense. So it starts really with core values. So you may have these already established for organization. They may be on the wall somewhere, but if they are true in terms of this is how you want to treat your employees, that is a great sort of approach to designing the rest of the plan. So if you haven't done them, you can, we've helped a lot of clients sort of flush these out, and then you move on from there. So that's where I would start.
Absolutely. And then you might want to look at benchmarking. Um, you know, Benchmarking is always nice to know where your peer companies are coming from and what they're doing. We take it with a bit of grain of salt recently more than ever because trends have changed so dramatically and benefit plan has changed so dramatically in the last few years that when we do benchmarking, we're looking at historical data and it may not really represent what we want to do going forward. But certainly it's
Mhm.
good to know where we're at and we can compare what we're doing with our peer companies. And then of course, we want to look at employee feedback. So if we have the time and we really want to get some feedback from employees, but what they're thinking, what's important to them, we're not going to take an order list. We're not taking a laundry list of orders on what they want, but certainly hearing about what's important to them and where they're at in their maybe in their life cycle, then that can help inform those decisions. And then if we can go back and deliver something that is a little bit more catered to what we've heard, it's a great story to tell to your employees.
Yeah, that's a huge win if you incorporate that. That people want to know that they've been heard. I agree. Great. Okay, so and I guess the next logical thing to include is budgets. So
Mhm.
we can't afford everything. We have to really look at what we can afford today, but also leave room for the fact that the cost of benefits is obviously rising. We need to have a reasonable inflation assumption in there, but we also realize that certain design elements are going to make our plan more volatile than others. So we need to look at pricing as it stands, but based on potential claim usage, where would that budget go? So we want to have that somewhat protected.
Yeah,
Finance teams are absolutely going to be looking at, what are we spending now, and they don't want to get big surprises. So,
yeah, for
yeah,
sure. And then I think at the end of the day, it's the employee experience, right?
right.
It's very paramount to make sure that your employees' experience with getting claims paid and the level of technology that's involved, whether it needs to be super traditional and old school for some people, or it needs to be
Mhm.
sort of high tech and very instantaneous. It really depends on, your group and your demographic, but the employee experience is very important because the end user is really what matters in this situation.
Yeah, absolutely. So, looking at, like you said, the platform you're working within, the technology level, the complexity of the plan is if it's hard to navigate and the population really just wants something a little bit or a lot more simple, then you have to consider that. So, we also talk a lot about how we can support people navigating the healthcare system. So
Right,
that's another
absolutely.
big part of that experience. So, yeah, I think that those are really the most important components of building a plan today. And we have a further video that we did at our symposium that people can watch in full length if they would like to get more out of that. So they can always reach out for that. So
Okay,
great stuff.
great.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Allison.
we'll talk soon. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.